Rituraj Borkhakoti, the Deputy Sports Editor of Khalij Times, joins me. I'm also joined by the little IPL fan from Dubai, Arjun, whose team played earlier in the day, Mumbai. Rakshit Dharma, he's the SRH fan who joins me tonight. And Dia Kakkar. Dia, well, there will be another chance for your team to come back. But Rituraj, coming to you first, would you say that Monday will see a virtual knockout played between Bangalore and Delhi, the Delhi boy taking on Delhi for Bangalore?
Well, it has to be, isn't it? I mean, Delhi have lost 4 matches in a row. Today was the 4th defeat on the trot. And Bangalore, it was the 3rd defeat in a row now. So, I mean, after Mumbai, I mean, it is an irony because after Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore looked the best 2 teams in the whole tournament. And now days has come where the bottom of the table teams, they have picked up their game because they're desperate to fight for their survival in the playoff race. And at the same time, the 2 teams that have been doing well apart from Mumbai, they have suffered a form slump. So that has given the other teams a chance.
Is this the most open IPL that you've seen in the last 13 years?
Yeah, you could say so. I think only Chennai is the only team that has been out of the race now, about 4 or 5 days back, and the rest of the teams, they are all in it a chance actually. So, as you say, Delhi and Bangalore, the cracker of a game now.
Right. Dia, coming to you, for the Bangalore fans and the Delhi fans tonight, would you say that Halloween could have been any different?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm saying for the Delhi and the Bangalore fans, would you say Halloween could have been any different?
Well, actually, this Halloween just got so spookier for us, the Bangalore fans, and of course the Delhi fans. And we didn't expect this kind of batting from both the teams, actually, from Delhi and Bangalore, what we saw, because this is something that we don't expect from the teams who are at the number 2 and the number 3 spot. But the way Hyderabad and Mumbai Indians bowlers bowled, that was magnificent, so nothing to take away from them. So it was a bad performance from both the teams. And now let's see what happens in the next match on Monday.
Rituraj, coming back to you, Virat Kohli said at the toss that they were, happy to go and bat. Would you say even he misread the pitch and the fact that there would be dew and there would be so much dew in the second half that it would be very difficult for all the bowlers to grip the ball?
I mean, see, I will tell you 2 points basically. The first is obvious. It's a statistics which says that this is the 5th straight match in which the chasing team has won. So you cannot ignore the dew factor. And the second point is, of course, the pitch was slow, but I still believe it was not a 120 pitch because they chased down pretty easily at the end of the day. So I think they fell short by 40 runs. And the third thing is RCB over the years has always been over dependent on 2 batsmen in terms of when it comes to their batting. We all know who those 2 batsmen are. So this time they have done well because they seem to have found the formula in terms of bowling, which they did well actually, it helped. But now, I mean, in every match as a batting unit, you cannot keep depending on 2 batsmen all the time. The others have to chip in as well.
Right, bowlers do win you championship, and at the business end of the tournament, when they need them to perform, perhaps the unit is not coming together. But coming to you, Rakshit, would you say that it was your captain, David Warner, leading from the front and making those, crucial bowling changes that really helped them to keep Bangalore, which is a formidable team, a formidable batting unit, to 120 today?
David Warner always has been has trust on our bowlers, and he always encourages our bowlers no matter what in the second innings or in the first innings. Warner is a completely a bowling unit captain. All we can say that.
Arjun, coming to you, we know one of your favorite team is on the top of the league table. One is right at the bottom, Mumbai and Chennai. Can you tell me who are your 4 favorites to make the playoffs this year?
Well, before I answer any questions, as you see, as for Halloween, I dressed up as a CSK fan. See, I've got the yellow t-shirt right over here. CSK. And obviously, you can notice from there.
And Mumbai on top.
Yeah. So that's kind of how the points table is right now. And the tournament has widely opened up. I mean, if CSK would have won that match against Mumbai, then every single team, even at the end of the 52nd match, would still have a chance to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
And that's interesting. So my top 4, I'm not sure if this is going to be correct or not, because I could be wrong.
But you can have a go.
Yeah. It would be Mumbai, then it would be Bangalore, then it would be Delhi, and then it would be RCB.
Okay.
No, I'll raise that.
Well, I still have my guests on the show. Arjun, I'll come back to you. Have you now decided who could be the 4 teams for playoffs?
Yes, but let me just say that right now the points table is a khichdi. Of course, a 9-year-old would get confused upon this, but I've made my decision, and this is just coming out of the blue, just random team. But this team has a chance. Punjab. It's my 4th pick.
Okay. Well, coming back to you, Rituraj, Arjun has said, has spoken about Delhi being in the top 4 as well. But do you worry, given their form, they could, miss that bus this time around? Given that Punjab is surging, given that SRH is surging, do you think Delhi could miss the bus?
I will not be surprised, to be honest. I mean, I think the worry is, a bowler like Rabada going wicketless, in the last few games. And
2
their
consecutive
batting
games
seems
now.
to be struggling. Sorry.
2 consecutive games now, he's gone wicketless.
Yes. So for a bowler who, I think he's still the number 1 in terms of most wickets in this tournament. He's a top wicket taker, I believe, still now. So for him to go through that patch at a time when the batsmen are also struggling, I mean, Rahane goes out, Prithvi Shaw comes back. So I think Bangalore could have the edge in this game when they play on Monday in Dubai.
Right. Dia, one final word on what does your team, Bangalore, need to do on Monday to get over the line, in fact, stay in this race?
Well, first of all, we have been very much over-dependent on AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli and even Devdutt Padikkal. Whenever these 3 players are fired, we have reached to a good total. But when these 3, like just we saw in today's game, they didn't perform well and we couldn't reach to that great total. So we need to make sure that, the entire batting unit fire together as a unit. And we have been seeing in the past 3 matches that they lost. From 16th till 20th over, they haven't scored much runs. Like it has been below 6 runs per over. This is something to be worried upon. So they need to make sure, because the death overs are the time when they, batsmen make the most out of these overs. So this is something that
they need
to
to fire in the death overs. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this evening. We'll get back to you as the tournament progresses. We are getting into the last week of the tournament.